Greetings to all. Before I convey this message to my fellow Jamaican citizens, I have to give a very big respected shout out to all these fearless, courageous bloggers who put their lives on the line to try and make Jamaica a crime-free society each and every day. I'd like to give shout out to On The Spot News Media, Popeye News Link, Jamaica Dancehall Source, True Jamaica Buzz, PolitricksWatch, JBNNetwork, MyViewTV, Soulflow TV, Jamaica Young Police Channel, Jubbaendz, J Crazy Entertainment, BaggaThingzMediaTV, and last but not least, the guru himself, True Island Story. Now, the title of this speech I'm going to give to my fellow Jamaican citizens is called If Me Did Know. Listen up, I'm telling you again, it's set name, If Me Did Know. So this message or statement I'm about to make to all my fellow Jamaican citizens living in Jamaica and abroad, this is meant to give you a wake-up call, a reality check, because most Jamaicans are still living in ignorance. I'm not talking about one's attitude. I'm talking about not knowing, blaming the wrong person. This thing has been bubbling inside of me for a while. I can't hold or contain this in me any longer. I'm so tired of Jamaican citizens' disrespect and appalling behavior towards our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness. They are blaming him and disrespecting him for no reason, when all the blame should be on themselves. They are the ones who are causing death, destruction, and poverty on themselves. You being poor and miserable is no fault but your own. Your neighborhoods are garrisons which are crime and death riddles. Is not the fault of the Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, but your own. It's time you all own up to it. Stop passing the blame. It stops and starts with you. Now let me explain my reason for making that statement. This is not meant as a disrespect to no one, but a reality check. Someone has to do it, so I guess it's gonna be me, a very concerned Jamaican citizen living abroad. First and foremost, what most Jamaicans don't understand is why they vote. When you vote and put someone in power, don't you know that you have just hired that person to work for you? When a political leader campaign and ask you for your vote and he wins, you are his boss. All civil servant, government workers answer to you, especially the police. You are their boss, not the other way around. But saying that, like the police, you have to be courteous and respectful as an employer to their employees. But somehow that has been misplaced because the employees are now boss of the employers. What a thing. Jamaicans, listen up. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. Our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, is not your boss. You are his boss. Your employee, he works for you. You hired him. Remember what I'm saying to you. You vote for him, so you hired him as a leader of the country. But as employers, you have done a very lousy job. Dereliction and negligence of duty. Citizens of Jamaica, you have failed our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, by not facilitating him with all the necessary equipment he needs to do a complete and thorough job and give you a crime-free society, more jobs, less poverty, better housing, and stricter law to protect lives and property. Remember our Prime Minister, Honorable. Remember what I'm telling to you. Honorable. You have to show him respect. He's the Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness, and he's the best Prime Minister of our generation. He is full of vigor and ideas. He has a futuristic vision for Jamaica. But you, the citizens, the employers of this generational leader of Jamaica, is limiting his capability by not doing our civic, moral, listen what I'm saying to you, civic, moral duty to help him and law enforcement. Citizens of Jamaica, we have been brainwashed in thinking that if we talk to the police, we are considered to be informers. But that's far from the truth. As Bob Marley said, free your mind from mental slavery. That's why I'm saying in the beginning, ignorance is not knowing. When you don't know, you don't know. For instance, although most Jamaicans are law-abiding citizens, you are all still guilty of a certain type of crime. Because once you're a citizen of a country, it's your civic, remember, your civic moral duty to inform law enforcement of a crime about you committed, any crime. And if you withhold that information, you are guilty of crime of obstruction. Remember what I'm saying. If you withhold any kind of information from law enforcement, when asked, you are guilty. And if you pretend not to see like the monkey who cover him eye and say, see no evil, hear no evil, and all that, that's the same thing Jamaican citizens doing right now. And you can listen to the quote also from On The Spot News Media, because he's right on target with what he's saying. Because most of the time they see a crime committed, they pretend they never saw it. And that is morally wrong. They look the other way. Citizens of Jamaica, the only way our Prime Minister, honorable, again you hear me mention the word honorable, because he is due his respect. You have to give him his respect. The only way our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, can change and make Jamaica a better place, you first have to give him the proper and necessary tools. And that tool is simple cooperation. Tell what you know. People who are selling guns, tell who has illegal guns. Tell the routes guns get imported in Jamaica. Tell who has committed murder, rape, robbery. Cooperate with law enforcement. Give up the drug dealers and the scammers, the molesters. Anybody who is involved in crime, let law enforcement know. Remember, no matter how hard the Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, works, and no matter what plan he implements, it won't work, I will just work temporary, like the SOS. Because citizens are turning a blind eye to crime and criminal. As long as those two elements exist in society, remember what I'm saying to you, as long as criminality exists in our society, poverty and everything that comes with it will continue. Remember, when people are poor, that's where you find the most crime. And criminals, what they do, they go around and they bill on that because they know that people are poor, so they act like they are Robin Hoods. They are not Robin Hoods. They are the ones who are jeopardizing your future. So if you continue to remain silent, don't blame Honorable Andrew Holness for your dilemma. Don't blame your employee when you, the employer, won't supply the necessary tool for the employee to do a proper job. As the saying goes, a bad workman blame his tool. Jamaica, where was our morality gone? Where? Jamaicans, we have to break this bond, this nonsense, this embedded criminal apparatus in our mind that we are informer. If you tell the police about crime and criminal activity, if you're a citizen or a resident of any country, it's your civic, moral, remember what I'm saying, it's your civic, moral duty Please break that ban. Give our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, a tool and equipment to do the job you hired him to do. Don't set him up for failure, then put the blame on him. You have to help yourself in order for him to help you. Remember, one hand can't clap. It takes two. And another thing, we hear how violence is a part of our culture. No, that's not true. Our true Jamaican culture is love, laughter, dancing, creativity, cooking, music, sport. But the worst part of our culture is bad mind, and envy. And then another part, what's mashing up everybody is our dishonest family member, because you can't even trust your own family in Jamaica right now. But remember, Jamaica is not the only country that has internal violence. Show me one country that doesn't. Even the most holiest country, them say in the world, that is Israel, has its conflicts too. The thing that makes Jamaicans different is that when it comes to violence, is that Jamaicans don't easily let anything go. And that's why the cycle of violence continue. Because right now, if you ask one of them youth here who grew up and said to him, say, why you guys fighting? You know what he's going to tell you? He's going to say, well, I grew up and come see that happen, so I just fall in line. He doesn't even know the root of the problem. All he know that him come and say his neighborhood at war with his fellow Jamaican citizens, and him decide say him a come step into and continue fight the war, and he doesn't even know what he's fighting for or what they're fighting for. And then most of the time when them fighting, the people who they are fighting for is living comfortable already in the United States or in Europe or in Canada or somewhere. And they are there killing themselves. And these guys are not even on the island anymore. So my fellow Jamaicans, please, I am begging you wholeheartedly, I beg you to stop the dereliction of your civic and moral duty to Jamaica and take responsibility for his or her action and give our Prime Minister of our generation, the best generational Prime Minister we ever have in a Jamaica, is Honorable Andrew Holness. Hear me, I tell you, say, he can speak our language, he can get down in the dirt, and he can do whatever you want him to do. That's how good he is, but people don't recognize the quality of this great man, all because of politics. And people that talk about them are JLP and PNP. That's not going to work. People have to remember, we are all Jamaican citizens, whether we live in a Jamaica or live abroad. And if we have a leader in the country, stop use politics and break down society just because him a JLP and you are PNP. Him a red and you are green. That not work. We are all Jamaicans. Remember that. That is the main thing that lots of people don't understand. We are Jamaicans. We are one. We are loving people. Let's bring back them days in Jamaica. Please. Enough. So, my fellow Jamaicans, I am begging you wholeheartedly, stop the dereliction of your civic and moral duty to Jamaica and take responsibility for his or her action. Give our Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, the tools he requires to do the job and make your country, your home, a better place. Remember, the next generation is your children and their children. Question, what kind of Jamaica you want to leave your children? Tell me, what kind of Jamaica? The rate and things will happen in Jamaica, there will be no Jamaica soon. Also remember, this is not Jamaican. Decent Jamaicans and law-abiding citizens who are turning a blind eye to crime and criminality. Remember this, you know. No criminal, no Dan, no gunman is your friend. As soon as something go wrong, they will turn that gun on you. There is no loyalty. Remember, you know, there is no loyalty among criminals. Again, tell what you know before it's too late. or you might utter these words, if me did know. So people, remember this. Me I tell you now. Jamaica was an island in the sun. That was our motto. Jamaica is an island in the sun. Tourists go and tourists come. Remember that, you know. Now, Jamaica was an island in the sun. Now it is the island of the gun. Tourists go and tourists come. Like Usain Bolt, now them a run. Used to be a shot of white rum. Now it's a shot from a gun. Something has to be done. Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holness, him need help to bring back the sun. Citizens of Jamaica, don't wait to utter these words. If me did know. And this is my message to you, people. Remember this. This is my message. The last part of my message. Please tell what you know. Don't think because you live uptown in a gated community, got the best security, far away from the troubled garrison, crime, violence, and criminality can't get to you or affect you. Think again. Criminals got 2 feet, just like you. They're like immigrants. They migrate from community to community. They also get imported and exported. And you hear me I say? Them always get imported and exported just like dry goods. So you see, just like the dry goods where come from America or come from anywhere, when it get imported and then it get exported out, the same way criminals get imported and exported like dry goods in our community. So I'm telling you this, sooner rather than later, they will come knocking, and by that time, guess what? It will be too late, and your own utterance will be, if me did know. You hear me I telling you now? If me did know. So me I telling you, say, blessed love to everybody and to all Jamaicans. And remember me I telling you again, give on the Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Holness, the tools he requires to do the job. Stop with this nonsense about me a labor right and that a PNP. We're not all Jamaicans, one Jamaican. We not even remember on a motto. I remember on a eternal Father, best all land. Guide us with thy mighty hands. Keep us free from evil power. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, grant you wisdom from above. Justice, truth, be ours forever. Jamaica land, we love Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica land, we love. Remember, out of many one people, we are one. Remember, stop with the nonsense. You are not informer if you inform the police about criminal activity. As on the spot news media what I say, John Public. So I want to remember, it's your civic moral duty as a citizen to help law enforcement to uphold the law. Remember that. And again, as I say, the Honorable Andrew Holness is a generational leader. He has a futuristic, remember the word I say, futuristic plan to make Jamaica a better place for you and me. Because I'm telling you this right now, as tourists and Jamaican citizens who live abroad, we really don't want to come back to Jamaica right now. Every Jamaican who live abroad, most of them we talk to, them say, no, I don't want to go back to Jamaica right now, because that is not the Jamaica when we live. When we used to live at Jamaica, remember, say the neighborhood usually be my mama and papa, and the neighborhood grow us. Me'd have 20 mother, 30 father. If me make a mistake on the road, just make it a box in my head and go up, and mama beat me same way. So remember, we need to bring back that at Jamaica, because me come at Jamaica, and when we look and see the state of Jamaica, me see daughters having babies and daughters are cuss bad word in front of them grown mother. No respect. And them do all them. Me can't understand that. We go and we see mothers and daughters, two of them in a dance. Me hear mothers and daughters of course I say, oh, she take my man and all them things there. We need to bring back the morality of Jamaica. We need to be parents again. We need to be parents like our parents. And that's why you see we kids them get killed too by the gunman, because the gunman them know exactly what to do and what to say. So we need to start raise back with children them again. We need to do that. As parents, we need to take hold back our family. So that's what I say to you, say peace. And remember, these words, you don't want to utter them. If me did know. Repeat after me. If me did know. Because remember, say, criminals get imported and exported like dry goods. And them have foot. And they migrate from community to community. Because that are them visa. They migrate and come take a sit in your community. So remember, alright? Say, one love. Alright? And people, help to save the soul of Jamaica. Alright? The fabric of Jamaica is torn. So we need to bring back Jamaica, the island in the sun, not the island of the gun. Alright? And help our Prime Minister. Again, may I ask you to help him, Honorable Andrew Holness. Help him, cooperate with him to make a better Jamaica. Alright? Jamaica land we love. Out of many, we are one. And please, I don't want you to utter the word. If me did know. Peace.